Hi, I'm Carl with the Minor Chord Music Outfitters in Littleton, Massachusetts. Today I'd like to show you a special travel guitar, but before we do that, let's talk about travel guitars in general and what we want out of them. Most customers, when they come in to talk about a travel guitar, they're thinking about size. I want this to fit into the overhead compartment of an airline, or I want it to fit in the trunk of my car, or something like that. So customers like that, we often show them a guitar like the Taylor GS Mini. So this is a smaller scale guitar, still made of wood, a little shorter scale than a normal instrument, a little narrower nut maybe, but it will fit in places that a regular full-size guitar won't. The problem is, if you think about it, that a guitar when it's traveling is exposed to a lot of really dangerous environments. Heat, dryness, the kinds of things that can really destroy a wood guitar. So for example, let's say I'm driving down the interstate, down the East Coast. It's summertime, I'm hungry, I want to go into a restaurant. What do I do with my guitar? I can't take it with me into the restaurant, but if I leave it in the car, by the time I come out, the car is an oven. My guitar is probably damaged, maybe cracked, maybe warped. It's not going to be happy. So the solution to that is to have a guitar made from a different material. And here's the special travel guitar I'm going to show you. So this is a guitar by Journey Instruments. It's their model OF660, and it's made of carbon fiber. Now, you know carbon fiber, they make golf clubs out of it, skis. It's a really strong material and it's completely impervious, doesn't care about heat and humidity. So with this material, you can leave your guitar in the car, it get hot, doesn't matter. You come out again, it's entirely happy. So that solves one problem with travel. The other problem, as we know, is size. So let me show you one of the tricks this guitar has up its sleeve. It's really impressive. But first, let's take a listen to what this guitar sounds like. A lot more sound, a lot more resonance than you would expect out of a synthetic body guitar. But here comes the amazing part. Let's say you're going on an airplane trip or maybe a car trip and you're worried about how you're going to pack your guitar into a space that's going to fit into the overhead luggage compartment or the trunk of your car or what have you. All you do is you take the OF660, you loosen this little wing nut on the back here, push this button on the top, and the neck comes right off. And the whole thing then fits into a special carrying bag, special backpack that is TSA compliant and fits in the overhead luggage compartments of most major airlines. Here it is. Then you get to the other end of your trip, you simply put the neck back in its socket, click it into place, tighten the little thumb nut on the back here. Neck's firmly engaged now. Here's the amazing part. You remember, I didn't back off the tension of these strings before I took this guitar apart. I didn't detune it, I didn't do anything. I just loosened the nut, pressed the button, and bang, the neck was off. Now it goes back together again, and let's see what it sounds like. Pretty respectable for a guitar that's all been taken apart and put back together again. Now, I know this is a video, but I promise you we haven't done any tricks with the video editing. This is the very same guitar that I took apart probably 2 or 3 minutes ago in the last video scene, and I haven't touched it or tuned it up ever since. So how do they get that kind of a tone out of a synthetic bodied guitar? Well, we noticed a couple things. One is, you notice that the body is quite thin here. That makes it comfortable under your arm. And by the way, it has a little armrest bevel, makes it even more comfortable. But if I look at the other side, it's really thick, down where it doesn't really matter for my comfort. And if I look at the end of the guitar, look how wedge-shaped it is. Thin over here, thick over there. That gives you a lot of internal volume in the guitar, which leads to better tone. The second thing they do is with the cutaway. You see here it's only a partial cutaway. I can certainly get my hands up there to get to the higher frets, but on the back of the guitar, here, there's no cutaway. That again increases the internal volume of the guitar and gives it some better bass response. The final thing is, look at the shape of the sound hole. This is not your traditional circular sound hole under the strings. It's a very, I don't know, sort of odd-shaped, triangular or bird wing-shaped sound hole off to the side. And the folks at Journey Instruments didn't tell me this, but I'm suspecting that they used some technology from the loudspeaker business and bass reflex enclosures to design this sound hole and give it some better bass response. So there you have it, a quick tour of the Journey Instruments OF660 travel guitar. We think it's the ultimate travel guitar, combination of the environmental immunity, carbon fiber construction, the neck that breaks down so you can fit it in the overhead compartment or the trunk of your car. And one thing I forgot to mention, it also has an undersaddle pickup, a passive pickup here, a jack down here, so you can go on stage and perform if you want with it as well. A real miracle of a guitar. Come on in and check it out. Thanks.